mood's changed. You know, Corey, you have covered Asuka's career, the Empress of Tomorrow, ever since she came to the United States and debuted at NXT. What is different about Asuka today than in the past?
It's almost as though Asuka's become a little more unhinged than in days past, if you can believe that. Asuka seems to have really taken her focus off of the WWE Universe and turned it back to where it belongs, on winning championships, on doing damage to her opponents. Asuka may be the single most lethal woman in WWE these days.
And she has the single most lethal weapon in my mind, the Mist. It was that Mist that embarrassed Bianca Belair in Bianca's hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee, a couple of weeks ago. Bianca has not forgotten.
Asuka hasn't forgotten the result of their collision at WrestleMania.
This is a WrestleMania rematch tonight.
I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's building, but no, I will never fall. Instead of trying, they hear me roar. And now I see that I'm way better than before. I never needed you at all. Think I fall down, I'ma watch you fall down. I'm living large now, I never needed you.
You know, Corey, it was in Saudi Arabia last year, back in 2022, when Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber match. She would go on after that victory to WrestleMania, where she would win the Women's Championship. And she has held it ever since, including this past year's WrestleMania, where she, as you mentioned, beat Asuka.
And much like Asuka, this is a very different Bianca Belair than we've seen in years past, in that Bianca has truly grown into and embraced her role as champion. She's always had the swagger. She's always had the sharp tongue. But the way Bianca carries herself these days, the confidence she exudes in the ring, is that befitting a champion?
Well, she's also the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era, is Bianca Belair.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Raw Women's Championship! Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan, Asuka! And her opponent from Knoxville, Tennessee, she is the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair!
You know, Corey, you mentioned earlier the fact that the Street Profits, Bianca Belair, among others, visited Dubai a couple of days ago. They had some fun, visited a lot of amusement parks. They went to the Burj Khalifa, which is the largest building in the world. And Bianca had a lot of fun. And I asked her yesterday, I said, why do you do that so close to a championship match? And she said, Michael, it's because I get inside myself so much. I get so anxious. I have this anxiety. I need to release it in other ways, and that's how I do it. Try to have fun. Try to get my mind off what I have to get into tonight.
Well, Bianca has experienced Asuka firsthand in the past, which could be a key in this matchup. But the devil may care attitude adopted recently by Asuka also could propel her to the championship.
And even in an interview during the media event yesterday for Night of Champions, Bianca Belair did recognize and understand that this is a different Asuka, and she's got to fight fire with fire here tonight.
And I think that's what we saw there for a moment, for a glimpse. This, Bianca Belair, throwing style out the window. It's about fighting. It's about inflicting damage on your opponent.
Yeah, good luck, referee Jessica Carr, in this one. Shoulder tackle by Bianca. Down goes Asuka. And if you're... Again, still upset over the embarrassment and the humiliation she felt in her hometown of Knoxville in front of her family and friends. Leapfrog by Bianca. Oh, Asuka! Drop kick right to the midsection.
And I understand confidence is sort of her thing, her being Bianca Belair, but you can never get overconfident when you are in there with someone as lethal and dangerous as Asuka. Any one of her strikes can turn a competitor's lights out.
Asuka, two-time Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, three-time Tag Champ, also a winner of the Royal Rumble.
Asuka's viciously stomping.
So Bianca has champion's advantage tonight. Asuka's got to pin or submit Bianca to win the title. So what does Bianca have to do to retain?
Bianca needs to stick with what brought her to the dance, that being her power. You're not going to win a submission matchup against Asuka. You're not.
Come on, keep it clean, ladies.
You're not going to outstrike Asuka. The one thing that Bianca has that Asuka doesn't is that overwhelming power.
And what about Asuka?
I think Asuka needs to show Bianca something that Bianca hasn't seen before. Asuka has a world of experience, a much longer tenure in this game than Belair. Maybe Asuka can show Bianca a different look, catch the champion off guard.
A tremendous athleticism of the champion, Bianca Belair. She'll take another look.
Big drop kick from her powerful legs, takes down the challenger. You notice how Bianca's talking a little smack to Asuka.
Oh, I've said it a number of times already. She was really hurt, Corey, at what had transpired a couple of weeks ago. She thought Asuka was out to congratulate her, and Asuka blasted her with the mist and ruined her homecoming, her celebration.
Belair launches Asuka to the outside. The Empress of Tomorrow is
Back it up.
seeking a momentary respite. And this, I was going to say it's a smart strategy by Belair. Stand your ground in the ring. Make the challenger work her way back in.
Asuka using Bianca's hair against her, driving the champ into the steps.
Look at the sadistic smile on the face of the challenger. Oh, how proud of herself Asuka may be.
As much as the hair has helped Bianca in the past, it also can be a detriment, as you just saw.
And opponents learn from these things. If you don't, perhaps you find yourself overwhelmed by Bianca's power in a matchup. You realize if you ever get another chance, you're going to approach it differently.
Oh, German suplex released. Asuka's a bit off. Running knee. Cover of the champion. Is it enough to win the matchup? And a kick out by Belair. And now Asuka looking for an armbar.
That meant to be an insult or an observation that Asuka's been off. Asuka's slinking into the armbar, but Belair stacking the shoulders.
Smart. And a kick again to the arm as you see Asuka beginning to weaken the arm of Belair. Now this does numerous things. It takes the power away from the champion. It sets you up for the armbar, the Asuka lock.
And it was a strategy employed to great effect at Backlash by Io Sky of Damage Control as she challenged Bianca Belair. Io focused on the arm and very nearly dethroned the EST.
Belair rolling Asuka up. Shoulders down, kick out by Asuka at 2. Belair again showing off her power. Went for a vertical suplex. Asuka, though, able to change direction and pin the champ momentarily. Clothesline. Again, a cover by Asuka. Frequent covers here against the champion to try to wear Belair down.
And the challenger still grinning from ear to ear.
Clown-like.
And imagine being Bianca Belair and in the heat of battle against the challenger coming for your championship, and then you have to lock eyes with the sadistic face paint of Asuka. If that doesn't break you emotionally, I don't know what will.
I mean, how do you even prepare for Asuka?
She's been screaming at her entire career that no one is ready for Asuka.
Changes things up each and every night. Again, continues to focus on the arm of Belair. Big smile on Asuka's face as well as Belair tries to fight back to a vertical base.
And Asuka just relying on her submission skills, her knowledge of the human anatomy, realizing where to place the pressure, exerting minimal effort.
And again, using the hair to her advantage is Asuka.
How proud Asuka seems to be of herself. Just disrespect for the champion.
Not sure what she was thinking there, but Belair maybe took too much time, did Asuka, and Belair.
Look at Asuka trying to strike her way back. Bianca a step ahead. But it's got to be disheartening for the champion to see your challenger just smiling
Oh!
at you, almost mocking you in the heat of battle. It's an old Muhammad Ali-ism. One of the hardest parts of being a great fighter is to remain calm in the heat of battle, and that's exactly what we're seeing from Asuka to this point.
Both women down. Critical moment of this match for Belair's Raw Women's Championship. Asuka back to her feet. Belair uses the ropes to get back to hers. Belair just continuing to try to keep Asuka away. Lands on her feet. Down goes Asuka. Now Belair trying to build some momentum.
And this is what Asuka needed to avoid, because once Belair gets rolling, she's like a runaway train.
Belair! A suplex and a kip up, and now the champ's feeling it. Bearing her shoulder in the midsection.
Big, heavy hammer fists from the champion.
Asuka, though, able to slip out underneath, and again, using the hair. Asuka's got to be careful. Great.
Oh, by Belair into the backbreaker.
Knee right to the spine. And Belair, there's the moonsault cover to retain the championship. Asuka kicks it too.
We've already crowned a new world heavyweight champion. We got a championship match happening right now. Lesnar and Rhodes in a fight still to come tonight.
Not to mention Roman and Solo going after the tag champs of Owens and Sami Zayn. Rhea Ripley still to defend tonight. This is Night of Champions at the Jeddah Superdome. Asuka looking to win the Raw Women's Championship for what would be the third time in her career.
Oh, kick right to the body of the champion, and now the challenger making the climb to the middle rope.
And Belair meets her there. Now Belair looking to outpower the challenger.
Asuka with the short jabs to the body.
Asuka's been through all the battles. She's prepared for everything. Missile drop kick. Down goes Belair. Asuka quickly to the cover. Is this enough to win the championship? Belair has to kick out at 2.
Take a look at the impact on this drop kick by Asuka. Right on the money. Right to the heart of the champion. And look at the smile on the face of Asuka yet again. Forget about Art the Clown, Pennywise the Clown. Asuka, #1 on the list. Most terrifying right now.
Yeah, no clowning around here either as she looks to take the title from Belair. But again, Bianca winning the strength game. Uh-oh, it's Harley! Again, looking for an armbar.
You can have all the strength in the world, but if you have a competitor who understands momentum and body weight like Asuka does, the strength doesn't need to be a factor.
Belair taps. Asuka wins the championship. And Belair hoisting Asuka up with the strength. Asuka trying to fight out of it. And Belair just plants the challenger, stacks her up to retain, kick out at 2.
Take a look at the impact upon landing for the challenger. Watch Asuka spiked into the center of the ring by the champion. But credit to the challenger, Asuka is hanging in this fight.
It has been quite the night with still so much more to come. At Night of Champions, the Superdome in Jeddah, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion. Asuka the challenger, looking for the Asuka lock, trying to wrap the legs,
Belair's in trouble.
Asuka, Belair has to roll through, shoulders down, and a kick out.
The challenger Had a wherewithal enough to release the hold as to not be pinned. Shoulders down again.
For the title, Belair able to reverse. Backslide.
Fast.
Oh, and a kick to the side of the face.
God.
Asuka almost won the title there. Watch the velocity of this kick. Wow.
Just as impressive as the speed was the sickening thud at its conclusion. Shocked that Belair was able to survive, and Asuka looks eager to pour on more punishment.
That's what she's doing. She is punishing the champion. Asuka driven through the ropes out to the floor. Still hanging on to the hair of Belair and dragging the champion out. Belair prevents herself from going into the steps and catches Asuka with a back elbow. And now it's Asuka into the steps.
Bring it inside.
Asuka driven spine first by Belair. But Bianca has sustained a great deal of damage to this point as we look yet again at the
Can't wait out there. Bring it inside.
impact of Asuka's body meeting the stairs.
Belair into the ring. Asuka drags her back out.
3, 4, 5.
Referee Jessica Carr at a count of 5. Now a count of 6 as they brawl outside the ring.
7.
Interesting strategy by Belair, putting the challenger in the ring first and allowing Asuka to gain the upper hand. That tiny little error by the champion, a rare mistake, could cost Bianca.
Yeah, but Belair now able to counter.
Just battering the challenger.
Go. Listen to me. Center the ring. Let's go.
The official,
Hey, that's one way to get your game plan back on track.
right?
Just swing until your opponent stops moving forward.
Get out of here.
And again, Belair continues the pressure. Belair has been ticked off since this match has begun.
Get off. Get off. Get off.
Oh, and Asuka went for the mist. Bianca Belair able to scoot out of harm's way. And she averted disaster there.
Around we go.
Looking for the KOD.
Great counter by Asuka.
Now
Jumping
goes
into the
Belair. Armbar again. Is the champ going to tap out? Will the champ tap to Asuka?
Belair stacking the challenger again.
Asuka wisely getting her shoulders up. Now Belair powering the challenger up and spiking her. This is the miss of the mist.
Say that 3 times fast. Luckily for the champion, Belair was able to get out of the way just in time. Bianca now favoring her right arm, it appears, rather heavily after it's been the focus of Asuka's attacks for the past several minutes.
Asuka outside the ring.
Hey, back up. Let's go. 1.
And Asuka just throwing that wicked mist all over her hand. And now Belair looking for the KOD. And Asuka using the mist, putting the mist in Bianca's eyes. The official didn't see it. The official was blinded. Asuka with a kick to the back of the neck. Here's the cover by Asuka. We got a new champion.
She did it!
Future winner and the new Raw Women's Champion, Asuka.
Corey missed to the eyes, but not in the traditional way. Asuka steals the Women's Championship.
You could call it underhanded, you could call it trickery, call it whatever you will, but just make sure you call Asuka champion.
Well, this is the miss of the mist earlier on. So what does Asuka do? She actually puts the mist in her hand.
Notice how Asuka had her fingers taped. This is a technique I believe she may have learned from the legendary Great Muta in years past. Went to the eyes of the champion in a series of brutal knockout kicks. I can't believe I'm saying this. Takes down the EST.
Asuka has ended the longest reign in the modern era of any women's champion. Belair is blinded. Belair is in shock, as we all are, because Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, is once again on the top of the world. Play Misty for me, Asuka. The new women's champion.